whoa, what do you know? What's she doing? She's going thrifting again. I don't know about you, but I'm having a summer that I want never to end. And while the calendar will inevitably hasten away the days of endless sunshine and beaches, our wardrobe doesn't have to. So today we're going thrifting for 2025 summer trends. Let's get into it.
It's easy to speak out about the way I live, but it's a 24-karat dream.
This video is a part of what I think is actually going to be a series on my channel where we spend some time in my office with a little bit of my research on what the trends of the moment happen to be. I will take that research and distill it down to what I think will work in my personal style and what might fill in some gaps that I've identified in my wardrobe. And then we will hit the road and go to some of my favorite thrift stores in my area and try to see if we can find any of these trends out in the wild. Now you may be asking yourself, Sarah, it's the middle of August. Why are we just now talking about trends? Well, it's a reasonable thing to notice, and there are really two reasons. The first of which is that I'm behind the times. So that's number one. But the second is connected to a hot take that I have, which is I think we talk about trends too early in a season. I kind of think it's crazy that we start talking about fall fashion trends like predictions in August. It makes it feel prescriptive and it doesn't give one the opportunity to see what style trends actually take off in any given season and which ones might work for you in that season in your particular season of life. Also, it's going to be hot until mid-September, so we still have time. We still have time. I don't know why I'm yelling about it, but okay, but first things first. I know what you're thinking. Sarah, those are some very cool, unique, and creative earrings. Thank you, I think so too. I made them. These are seashells that I collected on a trip to San Diego a couple of years ago, and I absolutely love them. I love having them immortalized as wearable memories, and the process of turning them into baubles for my ears was really, really fun. I bring this up because while it may seem like thrifting is my one and only hobby in this life, I am first and foremost at my core a crafter, which is why I am so thrilled that Craftsy is sponsoring this video today. If you don't already know, Craftsy is an online community-based resource offering classes in a wide range of creative pursuits. Craftsy members have access to over 2,000 engaging classes in a bunch of awesome categories like knitting, sewing, cake decorating, jewelry making. The list goes on and on. If you want to learn how to make something, chances are you can do it on Craftsy. All of the classes are taught by delightful, skilled experts in their field and are perfect for all skill levels. I have in particular been enjoying the sewing classes, especially this thrift flip class by Mary Beth Temple. As far as textiles are concerned, I am a very avid and pretty proficient knitter, but for whatever reason, I have an inexplicable and irrational level of anxiety every time I haul my sewing machine out for a project. Who knows why? Maybe it's what I talk about in therapy this week. I've been looking for something weird to work on, so maybe this is it. Despite my personal hangups, Mary Beth does a wonderful job of making sewing feel approachable and fun, even for a neurotic perfectionist like myself, and I've really been enjoying learning from her. If you would like to give Craftsy a try, recommend that you do. As a special gift to my subscribers, Craftsy is offering a full year of premium membership for just $1.49 to the first 1,000 people who click the link in my description below, which is the deal of the century, let me tell ya.
If you would like to take your crafting journey to the next level, head to the link in my description or scan the QR code on your screen.
Thank you so much to Craftsy for filling my days with more creative potential and for sponsoring today's video. And for being my first ever sponsor on YouTube. It's very exciting. It's very, very exciting. All right, let's go thrifting. I'm gonna start with what I think is the most affirming trend that I'm seeing on this list. No lesser publication than Vogue is saying that Bermuda shorts are in. I cannot stand wearing short shorts. It's not even about like amount of skin showing, I'm just cold. I know that summer is like famously hot and people are out here trying to wear as little clothing as possible, and that's great, and I support it. It has nothing to do with modesty. I am a relatively immodest person. I just love the comfort of having fabric on my skin. So a short short, there is not enough fabric to feel comfy. They ride up in such a way that makes one feel like one has a constant wedgie, and especially if they're like a jean short, that's a really, really uncomfortable feeling. And so I am so excited about the Bermuda shorts trend because it exists within the echo chamber of what I already like. But I actually only own one pair of shorts and I could use some more. So I'm gonna get some more. I just really like the silhouette of a longer short like this, especially like a very high-waisted one. I'm taking a look at this pair of pleated linen shorts from the brand COS, a brand I love. I think they look so elegant. Shorts are sort of famously a very casual article of clothing, but I am of the mind that if you bring the rise up to your waistline and you extend the hemline down to just above your knee, then you have an elegant, tailored garment that you can really dress up and look really sophisticated in. And I'm always out here trying to look sophisticated, so I'm very into this. Bermuda, Bahama, come on pretty mama. I gotta take it to Jamaica. I don't know, that's not the tune at all, but that's sort of the rhythm, right? Next up, we have stripes and polka dots. Specifically what I'm seeing is sort of a vintage dress silhouette in either one of these prints. Now, I am not always a fan of polka dots. I think it can be a little Minnie Mouse on me. I know I have this like round, wholesome, wide-eyed face. So I really try to create some friction and confusion in my wardrobe. So polka dots don't really support that for me. However, stripes, very into stripes. And specifically like a striped dress or a striped short sleeve t-shirt, which I think is a great staple to have in one's wardrobe. It's very, very French, very chic. Always trying to look French and chic. It's totally possible that the right polka dot garment is out there for me. One of the editors at Vogue who contributed to this list, she writes really delightfully, I love a summer frock with dots, ideally one that channels Julia Roberts in the famous divot stomping scene in Pretty Woman. And that is very charming. So like maybe there's a polka dot dress for me. I do like Julia Roberts. I think she is very sophisticated. Perhaps I can be proven wrong about myself, but I just think that polka spots look not good on me, but I'm sure they look great on you. Okay, moving on. Okay, this might be my favorite trend. According to Glamour, they are calling out a trend which they're calling here sculptural minimalism. Yes, absolutely, easy yes. I love structure. I love structure in garments. I'm always out here trying to look like a statue. What I am seeing very much included in this trend is the resurgence of the 90s tailored waistcoat top. I have resisted that trend specifically because it feels like such a trend, you know? It starts to like inch its way into the territory of like wearing a 90s costume. So I've been tentative about buying into that trend myself. I do like how it looks. I am suspicious that in a year it will look dated again. But it's also very chic and elegant. And chic and elegance never goes out of style. And also, if you like it, wear it. And who knows, maybe I'll find the waistcoat blouse of my dreams and I'll eat my words today. Also, certainly in this trend, high-waisted pleated trousers. I arguably don't really need any more of those, but if I found some in like a cool fabric, in like a weird fabric, then I think perhaps I would make an acquisition. Have I said anything interesting about this specific trend? No, maybe. Lace. All sorts of lace. Lace, lacy, lacy. Lacy, oh lacy, skin like puff pastry. I really like this trend. I think it's fun and flirty and playful and feminine. And I think it's gonna be a really easy one to thrift for. And I own Not a single thing. Not a single thing with lace. I've knitted something that has a slight lace pattern to it, but it is a wool winter sweater. So I have no summer lace. And I think it's beautiful. I'm looking at this incredible, like achingly beautiful dress from Lulu de Saison. I love this sort of like yawny undoneness of a lacy garment, specifically a lacy dress. I love a vintage nightgown looking dress. It leans into a tenet that I have in my personal style, which is always to be wearing pajamas. I take it as a personal mission to fool the world into thinking I'm wearing clothes when in fact all I'm wearing are pajamas. That's my secret. But yeah, I love this. And I think it's an ideal thing to thrift for, especially because I feel like new lacy garments can get pricey because oftentimes they're paired with fabric like silk, which is gonna have a higher price tag associated with it if you're buying it new. But at a thrift store, please, a steal. All right, should we go? Should we get out there and go thrifting? What do you think, Fred? You wanna go on an adventure? Fred, what trends do you like? I like it when Mama is home. Thank you. Hey, we're in the car. If you're saying to yourself, Sarah, you look different than you did before, well spotted, and it's for two good reasons. Reason number one, it got randomly chilly, and as we've established, I feel most secure when I have fabric touching my skin. I put on this cute new sweater that I recently thrifted from Everlane. Reason number two why I look different is because I didn't plan this day the best, and after I finished filming the part of the video where I was looking at my vision board, I remembered that I had booked a massage for myself, which was lovely, but I got a massage and that meant that I became very disheveled, so I've accessorized to hide the evidence. No one cares, but I just needed to explain the costume change.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself.
All right, finding some good stuff. Honestly, I sometimes have a bad time. Let me know if you relate. I sometimes have a bad time because there's so much good stuff that I get very overwhelmed. So it was nice to go in with like a clear mission. Like I wasn't allowed to buy any housewares. So that was helpful use of limitations.
Honestly, that point about the overwhelm of a thrift store is really the entire impetus for this project. I really like to give myself limitations before I go to a thrift store. Otherwise, I do just get kind of oversaturated by all of the options. I get immense decision fatigue. And so if I can give myself a really clear brief, a really clear prompt, like going in there in search of specific trends, I'm way more likely to have a good time and be successful. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm immune to following my whims. I certainly can get distracted by things that delight me.
It's a summer event when it's just you and I. Baby, give me take your time. It's your life when it's just you and I. It's a
But in general, I have had a lot of success with this method of thrifting. I find it mitigates the overwhelm, I find things I wouldn't otherwise, and it protects me from any degree of overspending, which is, always a blessing.
Don't hit me, please. The thrift day is done. Will you let me over? The one thing you will probably notice is like conspicuously missing are any stripes or polka dots. I was definitely I was waiting for a polka dotted garment to wow me, but I just didn't find one. I'm willing to accept and believe that there is a polka dotted garment out there with my name on it at some point, that'll turn my head and change my life, but it just hasn't found me yet. And I'm gonna wait for my one true love. I'm not gonna settle. I'm not gonna try to like shoehorn myself into a relationship that's a bad fit. True on Hinge, true at the thrift store.
As hoped for, I found my awesome, versatile new pair of Bermuda shorts. They're great dressed up, great dressed down, great especially with Fred. Okay, forgive the lack of humility, but I feel so hot in my new lace romper. It's great for a beach day, but it looks awesome with a blazer and heels. I love it. Okay, I did cheat on the assignment just a little bit and did a bit of online thrifting with ThredUp, but y'all, sculptural minimalism. I'm obsessed with this shoulder padded, weird, beautiful top, and I can't believe that I found this pair of pleated leather trousers. The stuff of dreams. I do also want to call out and recognize that I am fully aware that the rate at which I thrift could pretty easily snowball into overconsumption of clothing, so I do almost always, if not always, couple a thrift trip with a declutter. I tend to operate under the 1 in, 1 out rule, and I donate everything that I'm upgrading.
Pals, we did it. That's the video. I'm recording this in advance, so I have no idea what I found yet, but you do. So I hope it was good. This has become one of my very favorite things that I do. I really love taking the intentional time to take a peek at the cultural fashion moment that we're in and figure out how to best apply those concepts in a way that's going to be both sustainable for my personal style and my budget. Let me know down in the comments if there are any trends you've been particularly enjoying this summer. If you like this video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and if you would like to keep hanging out with me on this channel. I hope you're taking really great care of yourself, and I will see you back here very, very soon. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Goodbye. Why did I hit record? I'm losing it. I was trying to turn my camera off, and I just started hitting record. I do this all the time in my car. I'll hit the power button after I've already turned the car off. What I mean to do is unbuckle my seat, and I hit the power button, and then I gotta turn my car off again. We're losing it. We're losing it here.